Before the PlayStation, before Xbox, before online gaming, there was a moment when the entire video game industry nearly collapsed, and if things had gone slightly differently. But modern gaming might not even exist the way we know it today. Because in the early 1980s, video games weren't exploding in popularity. They were crashing hard. Stores lost confidence. Consumers stopped trusting game companies, and what was once viewed as the future of entertainment suddenly looked like a dying fad. Then, a small grey box arrived from Japan and quietly changed everything. That console was the Nintendo Entertainment System, the NES. Today, Nintendo feels legendary. But back then, success was not guaranteed. In fact, Nintendo entered one of the worst moments in gaming history. The North American video game crash of 1983 devastated the industry. Too many low-quality games flooded the market. Consoles became associated with disappointment. And retailers lost enormous amounts of money. Many companies disappeared completely. To many people, gaming looked finished. But Nintendo saw an opportunity where others saw failure. In Japan, the company had already launched the Famicom, a colorful home console that became extremely successful. Nintendo believed the system could also work in America. But there was a problem. American retailers no longer trusted video game consoles. So Nintendo made a clever decision. They changed the presentation entirely. Now pause here, because this next move may have saved gaming itself. Instead of marketing the NES as a traditional game console, Nintendo designed it to resemble a futuristic entertainment device. The grey box looked more like electronic equipment than a toy. Cartridges loaded from the front like a VCR, and accessories like the robotic ROV made the system appear technologically advanced. Nintendo wasn't just selling games, they were rebuilding trust. And somehow, it worked. When the Nintendo Entertainment System launched in North America in 1985, players immediately noticed something different. The games felt polished, responsive, memorable. Nintendo focused heavily on quality control, ensuring that not every game could flood the market unchecked. And after the chaos of the early 1980s, that consistency mattered. The NES quickly became more than a console. It became a cultural phenomenon. For millions of kids, this was their first real gaming experience. Blowing into cartridges, holding the rectangular controller for hours, sitting cross-legged in front of CRT televisions late into the night. The NES wasn't just entertainment, it became childhood itself for an entire generation. And then there were the characters. Mario, Link, Samus, Mega Man. Many of gaming's biggest icons either exploded in popularity or were born during the NES era. Nintendo wasn't just building games, they were building legends. But perhaps the most important thing about the NES was simplicity. The controller had a directional pad, 2 buttons, and endless possibilities. Developers learned how to create incredible experiences with limited hardware, and that creativity became magical. Now let's quickly look at 3 of the most played and beloved NES games, and why players loved them so much. First, Super Mario Bros. This game felt revolutionary because of its smooth controls, colorful worlds, and unforgettable level design. Players loved how accessible yet endlessly replayable it felt. Second, The Legend of Zelda, a game built around exploration and discovery. Players loved uncovering secrets, solving puzzles, and feeling like they were part of a larger adventure. Third, Tetris, simple, addictive, timeless. Players loved the challenge of fitting falling blocks together while the pressure increased relentlessly. And honestly, that variety explains why the NES became so dominant. Platforming, adventure, puzzle games, sports, action. The console offered something for nearly everyone, but the NES also succeeded because Nintendo understood something critical. Memories matter. The company focused heavily on fun, recognizable characters, and polished gameplay. And that emotional connection created loyalty that lasted decades. By the late 1980s, Nintendo controlled a massive share of the gaming market. For many families, owning an NES almost felt inevitable. Birthday presents, weekend rentals from video stores, friends trading cartridges at school. Gaming became social in a completely different way. And unlike modern gaming, there were no updates, no downloadable patches, no internet fixes. Games shipped complete. If a game was difficult, players simply had to learn it. And NES games were often brutally difficult. But despite its legendary reputation, the NES wasn't perfect, and several flaws became more obvious over time. First, the cartridge loading mechanism. The front-loading design looked modern, but it became notorious for connection problems. Players constantly blew into cartridges or adjusted them repeatedly just to get games working. Second, limited hardware capabilities. As technology advanced, developers struggled with memory and graphical limitations. Later generation consoles offered richer sound and more advanced visuals. Third, extremely difficult games. Many NES titles lacked save systems or forgiving checkpoints. This created frustration for players, especially younger audiences. And yet, those challenges became part of the nostalgia, because beating an NES game actually felt like an accomplishment. There were no tutorials holding your hand, no online walkthroughs, just experimentation, patience, and word-of-mouth secrets from friends. Historically, the NES accomplished something enormous. It restored confidence in gaming. Without it, the console market might have remained unstable for years. Nintendo didn't just release successful hardware, they rebuilt an entire industry. Looking back now, the NES feels almost mythical. The click of inserting a cartridge, the blinking power light, the pixelated music burned into memory forever, and the excitement of discovering entirely new worlds inside a grey plastic box. For many players, the NES was the beginning. The first time games felt immersive, the first time characters felt memorable, the first time technology felt magical, and even today, its influence is everywhere. Modern platformers, adventure games, controller layouts, game design philosophy. The DNA of the NES still exists across the gaming industry. The Nintendo Entertainment System wasn't the most powerful console ever made, but power was never its greatest strength. Its greatest strength was timing. It arrived exactly when gaming needed hope, and more than 40 years later, the NES is remembered for something even bigger than nostalgia. It's remembered as the console that saved video games themselves. The NES wasn't just Nintendo's success story, it was gaming's second chance, and without it, the entire history of modern gaming could have looked completely different.